Hey everyone, it's Tyler, the Antenna Man, and today I'm going to review this GE Attic antenna. It comes with a mounting pole and claims a 60-mile range. How well does it actually work? Stay tuned to find out. If you're a first-time cord cutter or into antennas, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that little bell icon to receive a notification whenever I post a new video. My channel is dedicated to the cord cutting community and I'm constantly posting new videos on reception tips, antenna reviews, and much more. Before I get into the antenna review, I need to make it clear that there's no such thing as an HD antenna. The whole HD digital thing came from the digital transition of 2009. There is a lot of misinformation about TV signals, including the myth that you need a special HD antenna to pick up the new digital broadcasts. Click the card in the corner to learn why you should not be looking for an HD digital antenna. The same thing goes for an attic antenna. You can place any antenna in the attic, keeping in mind you may lose 30% of the signal. If you're looking for an antenna for the attic, don't look for a specific attic antenna. Look for an antenna that's appropriate for your area. A large outdoor antenna will likely perform much better in the attic compared to a small attic antenna. There are two main bands that TV stations broadcast on, VHF and UHF. VHF TV stations broadcast on channels 2 through 13 typically require a longer antenna element to be picked up, while UHF TV stations broadcast on channels 14 through 36 and are better picked up with smaller antenna elements. If you look at this antenna, you'll see the long element here is designed for high VHF channels 7 through 13, while these smaller elements here are designed for UHF channels 14 through 36. It's also important to understand that most TV stations don't broadcast in a channel number you may know them as. So for example, in Philadelphia, there's an NBC 10. The average person may think that they broadcast on channel 10, but in reality they actually broadcast on UHF channel 28. The same is true for most TV stations across the United States. The current digital TV standard allows them to broadcast on a different RF channel than what is shown on your TV set. To find out what RF channels your local TV stations broadcast on, go to antennapoint.com, type in your zip code, and you'll be provided with a list of TV stations in your area. Look at the DTV channel for each TV station. You can see in my area, the local NBC 28 actually broadcasts on VHF channel 11. If you want to run a more accurate reception report to get a better idea of what TV stations can be picked up at your location, not based solely on distance, check out the FCC DTV reception maps or rabbitears.info. I attach links to both websites in the description of this video. Now that I got all the antenna myths out of the way, HD, digital, attic antenna, I can talk more about this antenna. The build quality is not that good with mostly low-grade plastic. However, this may not be an issue if the antenna is installed in the attic. I also don't see this as an antenna with 60-mile range. Sure, there's a chance this antenna would pick up TV stations from 60 miles away, but I don't see them being that reliable, especially if the antenna is installed in the attic. If you're 60 miles away from the broadcast tower, there's no way around it. You're going to need a larger antenna installed outside. Besides what I feel are some exaggerated claims, how well does this antenna actually work? I tested it out in the same location I tried out various other outdoor antennas to see how it performs. If you decide to purchase this antenna, be sure to follow one of my affiliate links in the pinned comment below or in the description of the video to help support my YouTube channel. Here are the results from the last two antennas I tested out on my YouTube channel. From left to right, you'll see the TV station, the call letters, RF channel the TV station broadcasts on, and the results of the previous two antennas I tested out on the YouTube channel. All of these TV stations are about 42 miles away with one mountain ridge between my home and the broadcast towers. You can also see the results of various other outdoor antenna models by checking out my other videos. Now, one thing I found interesting when I had this antenna on the pole outside is that the elements actually move just from the coaxial cable touching them. While I did test this antenna outside, mainly to show how it compares to other antennas in the same exact location, I don't recommend installing it outside just because it doesn't really have a good build quality. You can see how easy these elements move They can easily break off over time if this is installed outside. So enough about this, now to the antenna results. The signal on CBS3, which broadcasts on UHF channel 30, was a little bit lower on this antenna than the last two antennas I tested out on the YouTube channel. The signal on NBC10, which broadcasts on UHF channel 28, was lower on this antenna than the Clearstream 4V and about the same as the 5-star antenna. The signal on WPHL, which broadcasts on UHF channel 17, was lower on this antenna than the last two antennas I tested out on the YouTube channel. The signal on Fox 29, which broadcasts on UHF channel 31, was, as you guessed it, lower on this antenna than the last two antennas I tested out. The signal on WHYY, which broadcasts on VHF channel 13, had trouble being picked up on this antenna. I did see a few pixels here and there, but overall that was about it. This antenna performed alright on the UHF band for a small directional antenna. However, it did poorly on the VHF band, unable to pick up the one VHF station in my market, even with it tested outside. I do think it will work fine for some areas, but most times I found VHF stations to be very weak and hard to pick up with a small antenna like this. If you live within 25 miles of the broadcast towers, this antenna might work fine for you in the attic. If you're further away from the towers or have a lot of trees around, you may still be able to get away with an antenna in the attic, but I would recommend a larger model. Feel free to use my YouTube channel as a resource to research antennas. I have dozens of indoor and outdoor antenna reviews. I also offer antenna recommendations specific to your area on my website at antennamanpa.com. I go through your unique reception situation, take a look at the signal strength and frequencies in your area to make a specific recommendation on what antenna would work best for you based on my experience testing out over 50 antenna models and installing them in 4 TV markets. You see, antennas are not a one-size-fits-all model, and investing in an antenna recommendation from me can prevent you from wasting hundreds of dollars on antennas and other equipment not suited for your area. For those of you who watched my previous YouTube videos, yes, I am tempted to smash this antenna just because of the build quality, but it does work for some situations. As I said, if you're in an area not too far from the broadcast towers of mostly UHF stations, it may work, so as a result, it will be spared and not smashed. An additional thanks to everyone who supports me on Patreon or is a member of my YouTube channel. If my videos have helped you cut the cord, or if you just think they're cool and would like to support them while gaining exclusive perks, such as behind-the-scenes content, access to my videos ad-free 1 day early, and direct contact with me, visit patreon.com/antennaman or click the join button in this video. If you're on Facebook, you can like my Facebook page at facebook.com/antennamanpa. If you aren't on Facebook and would like to receive email updates whenever I post new videos, feel free to sign up to my email list. I attached a link in the description of the video. Stay tuned to my YouTube channel for more cord cutting and antenna related videos, and have an awesome day.